Throughout his ministry, Jesus repeatedly warns us about the passion, the sin of pride. And he does this because pride disturbs the mind, the reasoning powers of the mind more than any other sin, more than any other passion. Pride disturbs our capacity to reason. Now, of course, there are many different consequences of self-love: arrogance, presumption, vainglory, and so on. But the most dangerous, the most destructive form of self-love is pride. And this is because pride is contempt for God. Contempt for God. When we ascribe to ourselves our achievements, our spiritual growth, our virtues, and so on, and not to God, then it is a denial of God. It places us in opposition to God. We make ourselves enemies of God through pride. And this is such a serious and dangerous condition to find ourselves in, that Christ repeatedly gives these teachings to guide us, to protect us, lead us away from falling into pride. One example of this is the 18th chapter of the Gospel of St. Luke, where Jesus teaches the parable, sometimes called the parable of the publican and the Pharisee, sometimes the tax collector and the Pharisee. But in this parable, Christ is offering us help when we are tempted to fall into trusting in ourselves. It reminds us that our refusal to recognize God as the true source of every good thing always leads us to judging and condemning other people. Pride, trust in ourselves, always leads to condemnation of other people. When righteousness, which of course the Pharisee describes in his own life, is mixed even with a little pride, then what is good can become demonic. And when we look at what the Pharisee says, at first his words resemble those of a grateful man. He says to God, "I thank thee, O Lord." But in reality, he is only grateful that he isn't like other men, the sinners that he recognizes and sees around him. It's clear he believes that he alone is responsible for his good deeds, for his righteousness.